Alright, once again, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Ruach double honors to the apostles, our teachers of Great Millstone that really rule well. Salutation to you men that push in this word in sincerity and in all truth. This is one small piece of GMS Trinidad, Brother Koda, come once again to give edificational video and hope it be edifying unto the house of Israel, to the elect and to the viewers watching. Right, tonight the lesson entitles Receiving Plagues Again. Right, because basically, well, we know what's going on in Venezuela, right, with the sanctions that America put on Venezuela, right, with the inhabitants of Venezuela being poor, starving, have nothing to eat, nothing to drink, you know, basically is death over there, right? And this morning I overheard two co-workers speaking, right, and they were saying, right, this is what they were saying in Trinidad, Cuba, where a mass majority of so-called Venezuelans are dwelling, they are now begging local Trinidadians to take care, you know, to basically take care of the little ones, of the children, in hopes that the locals will provide for them, right? Because when they come to Trinidad, basically these Elamites, wicked ass Elamites, had them working for less than nothing, right? And even our wicked ass brothers, well, basically the 2/3, right? The congregation that was made in vain, even they are exploiting the brothers and sisters, you know, basically have the Venezuelans going in to prostitution and all this kind of thing just to eat, right? So I have a document, right, to bring out, right, for more the edifying purposes of the video, right? So I will just go and read that quickly and come back. Alright, so reading the article, it says Venezuela crisis fuels exploitation. Reading on, it says the so-called economic and political upheavals, hyper-ventilation, shortages of food, medicine and other supplies, and US sanctions have forced many Venezuelans to flee their country and to look for work in neighboring countries, including Trinidad and Tobago, to earn money and supplies to send back home to their families. According to the United Nations High Commissioner of Refugees, report date August the 2017, right, there are an estimated 40,000 Venezuelans in Trinidad. Reading on, it says doctors, lawyers, teachers, engineers and many highly qualified professionals who cannot find work in Venezuela are forced to take up minor jobs such as house cleaning, bar jobs, and in the fast food industry. In the bar and nightclubs across the country, young pretty Latin women, right, which we know that basically these women are of the tribe of Israel, right, can be seen working as hostesses and bartenders, and in Latin enclaves and Spanish harlems throughout the country. Many entertainment venues, clubs and bars now have Latin nights. Young attractive Venezuelan women and girls are especially vulnerable to trafficking and being forced into prostitution, right? The Sunday Guardian was told the harrowing plight of how 4 young Venezuelan girls were lowered into a nightmare underbelly world of prostitution and exploitation by the owner of a local modeling agency. Right, reading on, it says here, Daniela, a Cuban national, said, when I finished work Carnival last year at a concert in the stadium, I went by a bar on the avenue with a friend and waited until the traffic finished to drop me home. I saw four Venezuelan girls there. One was arguing with a Trinidadian man. The youngest girl, 19, was crying. I asked what happened. She explained that they came to Trinidad to do promotions for alcoholic drinks. The man who friends were arguing with was the owner of the modeling agency that hired them, and he wanted the girls to go to bed with men for money, and he kept all the money for himself. Right, that is what I was showing you earlier on. Right, these men exploiting these girls, and basically they're getting nothing. Right, when these Venezuelan girls come to Trinidad, right, basically they're being exploited for nothing. Right, reading on, it says, she said the girls first heard about the modeling agency via word of mouth. Another Venezuelan girl previously worked for the agency owner, and all she did was her illegitimate job promotion. Daniela said, how now, because of the economic situation, poverty and turmoil in Venezuela, many unethical people wanted to prey and exploit the Venezuelan women and men also. She said the modeling agency owner sent a letter to them and bought their airline tickets for them to come to Trinidad to work. When they arrived at Piaco Airport, the man picked up the girls and carried them into his home in Belmont. Daniela said at first the girls started their job as beverages promoters, but then the man was bringing clients for them to have sex with. Right, reading on, she said when the girls objected to being used as sexual slaves, the man said they had to work off the money they owe him for airfare, room and board and expenses by sexually servicing his clients. Daniela said the girl's plane ticket cost 1,700 TT, and he charged them 1,500 US each. Right? Showing you exploitation in Trinidad with these girls. She said she exchanged phone numbers with the girls to assist them, and one night they escaped from the house, one of them injuring her leg on the spike on the wall, climbing over. Daniela said the man was well connected, and he managed to intercept two of the girls who were making their way to the airport. With the help of a friend, she managed to meet the other two girls and brought them to her home in Arima. They spent 2 days in the same clothes as they left everything they had behind in the man's house, and she provided them with clothes. Daniela could not say if the man was a hardcore human trafficker or pimp, or just saw an opportunity to make money off the girls with sleazy clients. She said the man kept calling them, asking to negotiate for their clothes, and he wanted to know their location. Daniela was accompanied by a friend. She went with the girls to pick up their belongings at a neutral location in Westmoreland. But the man not only brought their suitcases, he also bought a client he wanted the youngest girl to go with, but she refused. Daniela said the man was well connected, didn't want trouble, and thought the issue would die down, not suspecting that the girls would go to the police. After 1 week, Daniela carried the girls to the police station in Port of Spain, where they made a report against the modeling agency owner, and the man was charged under the Trafficking in Persons Act of 2011 and was sent to jail in June last year. She said he managed to secure bail and was out. Alright. Yeah, just change location just to get the little information. Right? Basically this man, right, took advantage of these Venezuelan girls, right? And going into the scriptures, right, let me get second Ezra 15, right? This is second Ezra 15. I read from 1, right? It says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the word of prophecy, which I will put in their mouth, saith Yahweh, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true." Jumping down to verse 5, it says, "Behold, saith Yahweh power, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction." Right? And these Venezuelans leaving their country, thinking that in other people's country have it nice, right? And they met with the same plagues that they leave in their country. You understand? They met with the same plagues that they left in their country, right? Which I want to jump to 2nd Ezra 15 and 58, right? Where it says, right? I read from 57. It says, "Thy children shall die of hunger," right? Because that is the reason why it is these Venezuelans want to give the children over to Trinidadian locals, for locals to take care of them, is because hunger is affecting them, right? Basically, these Venezuelans are dying out, right? While that wicked red dragon, Trump and them, Esau, playing with these people's life, these people are dying out, right? And the scripture foretold these things, right? That is why I'm now reading 2nd Ezra, where it says to write them in paper, where they will be faithful, because they are faithful and true, right? Reading on, it says, "Thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fail through the sword. Thy city shall be broken down." Venezuela is now being broken down, right? "And all thine shall perish with the sword in the field," right? Reading verse 58, it says, "They that be in the mountain shall die of hunger." And we know mountain in the scriptures go back to being on a high place, right? And the document that I just now read, it shows you that doctors and lawyers, these people who were on high in Venezuela, are now low, right? They are now nothing worse than a dog, or nothing less than a dog, because basically a dog digging dustbins for things to eat. And that is the state that these people reach, right? These people reach the state that the filleting straight down to the bone animals to eat. Even dogs and all these animals falling victim over there right now, because Salakia, these people basically have nothing to eat, right? Reading on, it says, "They that be in the mountain shall die of hunger, and eat their own flesh, and drink their own blood, for very hunger of bread and thirst of water, right? These Venezuelans fleeing the country, right? Those Venezuelans who still over there are basically eating garbage to survive. They are basically eating garbage to survive, right? Reading verse 20, verse 59, it says, "Thou as unhappy," right? Because these Venezuelans, the reason why they flee their country is because they are unhappy there, right? They are unhappy there. The pleasant things fail. You understand? They are unhappy there, right? So reading on, it says, "Thou as unhappy shall come through the sea and receive plagues again," right? Showing you that the scripture is faithful and true. You understand? Because they left their country, they came through the water, right? Basically, Venezuela is a stone throw away from Trinidad. You know? Yeah, you just take a boat and you're in Trinidad waters, right? Or you take a boat from here and you're in Venezuelan waters. Because what happened here is that Trinidadian fishermen does be kidnapped by these Venezuelan fishermen and used as ransom for money and for food and all these kind of things. So it shows you that Venezuela and Trinidad ain't far apart from each other, right? And the scripture said, "Thou as unhappy shall come through the sea and receive plagues again." You understand? And that is what going on with these Venezuelans down here. They are receiving plagues again. So basically they flee because the scripture says that they will flee from the lion and be met by a bear. You understand? And they might get away from the bear and some centipede or scorpion will sting them. They will rest their hand on the wall and some centipede or scorpion will sting them, and that is what going on. That is what going on. Because while in Trinidad, right, living in Trinidad and seeing these Venezuelans coming, I have seen Venezuelans who crying because the inhabitants of Trinidad pressuring them and exploiting them, taking away the child, you understand, and telling them that I have a percentage of money to work off, you know, and then they will see the child. I have seen Venezuelans basically in turmoil, right? Venezuelans women say that they're working in these bars and things for next to nothing, right? Because in the article it says that the man basically wanted the girls to work as sex slaves, right? And it looked like they were already doing it, like they started to do it for the man. And what happened? The man wasn't giving them no money. The man was taking all the money to himself. You understand? The man was taking all the money to himself. Yeah. So this shit real. You understand? And you scoffers and crackers who say, "Oh, they don't believe in the Bible." Hey, the Bible is true. The words of these scriptures is faithful and true. All praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Bashem Rokwakadash. You understand? Because the scripture in Habakkuk tell you that. Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, though it tarry, wait for it. It will surely come to pass. And we're seeing that the things in the scripture surely coming to pass. You understand? Yeah. The Most High have broken the staff of these Venezuelans' bread, and he will soon do it worldwide. You understand? Because the scripture to back that up is where the Most High say that my chosen will eat, my people will eat, but you will starve, which puts you into the other nation and 2/3. You understand? Yeah. And why these things happening to these Venezuelans is because they turn away from their power, because they are a tribe of Israel. You understand? And they turn away from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. That is why these plagues are hitting them left, right, and center. Right? But just get a scripture in let's get a scripture in Jeremiah 2 verse 5. Right, Jeremiah 2 verse 5, it says, thus saith Yahweh, what iniquity have your fathers found in me? They that are gone far from me and have walked after vanity and are become vain. And that is you, house of Israel today, excluding the 1/3, right? Or they become vain. You understand? Walk away from the ordinances of the Most High and have become corrupted and vain. Yeah. You understand? Right? Because in verse 6, going on in verse 6, it says, neither said they, where is Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, that led us through the wilderness, through the lands of the deserts and of pits, through the land of drought and of the shadow of death. Or they ain't even recalling Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. That is the God that led all you out, and that is the God that will lead the 1/3 out of this destruction that is coming on the land. You understand? But because all your reverence not all your God, right? Basically all you remember not all your God. So all your God ain't really remember all you know. You understand? Yeah. That is why the plagues hitting the nation of Israel hard. You understand? That is why the plagues hitting the nation of Israel. You understand? This is Ezekiel 14 and 5. Right? Ezekiel 14 and 5, it says, that I may take the house of Israel in their own heart, because they are all estranged from me through their idols. Right? Yeah. Or they turn away from the Most High and serving idols. You understand? All these Venezuelans who fleeing, right? All they serving Jesus. 2/3 of Israel, all they serving Jesus, and Jesus is an idol. Jesus is an idol God. You understand? The brother Marcus had brought out a video, you understand? And history proving that Esau, you understand, that basically Jesus come from Esau, Isus, you understand? Isis, you understand? And it basically surrounds the Edomites. So basically you people serving Jesus is serving an Edomite man. You understand? Which is basically made of sticks and stones. You understand? The God that Moses warned you people about, telling you that all they will come to these lands and serve gods of sticks and stones, gods that all their forefathers never knew. You understand? If Moses were here today, right, and you tell Moses about Jesus, Moses will tell you, boy, who the fuck you talking about? You understand? Because these is gods that these ancient men never knew. These is gods that these men never knew. And that is who you people serving. And that is why these plagues are coming upon all them. You understand? These Venezuelans had it nice. You understand? But they turned away from their God. So the Most High broke the staff of their bread, had them flee into other countries to survive. And even when they come to these countries, it's basically they are met with plagues. You understand? People who taken advantage of them, you know, working them for next to nothing. In this day and age, they gain maybe less than minimum wage, which minimum wage is $80. You understand? And that cannot do nothing. You know? So you people need to turn back onto Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. That is all your God. You know, pursuant to the 12 tribes of Israel. That is all your God. Right? The scripture I tell you, had a nation changed their gods, right? These Elamite and them still serving the 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 hand God, right? These Moabites serving the Buddha and all these gods that are no gods. But you the nation of Israel, who have the one true and living God at all their side, or they decide to change him, or they decide to change him and change him into an image made by corruptible man. You understand? Which is this Jesus. As hate to hear that name. You understand? And that is who you people serving. And you people need to come out of that mindset, because if all they don't come out of that mindset, basically these plagues will overtake all they until all they die. The Most High will purge the earth of those who don't fear him. You understand? Yeah. Just want to read one more precept before I close. Right? This is Isaiah 5 and 13. Right? Isaiah 5 and 13. It says, therefore my people are gone into captivity, because they have no knowledge. You understand? You people have no knowledge. In this day and age, or they're still calling on Jesus, right? You people have no knowledge. You understand? And that is why all the aborting all the teachers which pursuing to the apostles of Great Millstone all the way down to the last sincere man in the truth who preaching this word. You understand? And these is the men who telling all the what going on. These is the men who learn all they know. You understand? Yahweh is the God of the Hebrews. You know? Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. That is the God of the Hebrews. That is the God who will deliver all them from trouble. You understand? But you people love all the oppressors. You people make Esau into a God. You understand? And basically serving the white man. Right? But that is why the Most High say, all of you will die in all your unfaithfulness. You understand? All of you will die in all your unfaithfulness. Right? Reading on, it says, they have no knowledge, and their honorable men are famished. Right? And their multitude dried up with thirst. Hungry. Have no water. You understand? And basically that also pursuing to the word. You know, these sinews that coming back upon Israel. You understand? Because it tells you that Esau plucked the flesh off of the bones of the children of Israel. You understand? Which is the identity, who they are. You know? Even Edomites making videos telling you people that all they belong to the nation of Israel. You understand? Telling all they that all they is the Lord's chosen people. Even Edomites coming out and telling you that. You understand? All the facts is out there, but all they choose to abide in all their way of ignorance, which is having no knowledge. You know? You people need to wake up, because massive death and destruction is coming upon this place. Right? So with that, I just want to give all praises once again to Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Mokakadash, the Balanas, to the apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. Salutation to you men that beating and teaching this word in sincerity, you know. And this is Brother Koda of the Trinidad camp. Just want to say shalom until next time.